Good evening, sports fans. We've got another match at the Crash Bang Wallop Cup in the Smash and Grab League. Today we've got Bullet Survivor. And we're against Cornwall. So Bullet Survivor are coached by Insane 5, and it's at the Rah 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 Stadium, as we learnt last time. This is because the poor old coach had actually lost their bottom jaw when they named it. And obviously, the Cornwalls. What can you tell us about those nasty little evil dwarves and their hobgoblins?
Rumour is that in the training camps that their coach puts them on a strict regime of fouling. That is possible.
I can well believe that. I'm playing these little horrible creatures next. I'm not biased at all, obviously, when I commentate, as you can tell.
Well, the things about in the Chaos Dwarfs, as funny as they are, they've also got the hobgoblins to go make the numbers up. So the bull centaurs are the ones you've got to worry about then. So.
Yeah, if they can get hold of the ball, they're nasty. I mean, they've got sure feet as well, haven't they? So they can they can run like mad down the pitch.
They can.
It looks as though Bullet Survivor have won the toss and put Cornwall in to kick first.
Of course, with the Undead not exactly being the quickest people in the world, then this could be interesting. They do have the ghouls, and they look like they're actually out on the sidelines now rather than around the scrimmage, which is a good way to be.
Yeah, I mean, their ghouls are pretty fast, that's for sure.
Chaos Dwarfs, good or bad?
Well, that nasty little rat with his plus strength, he's bad, very bad.
And what's interesting, they're obviously going to play as high at the pitch as possible.
Well, it makes sense, as you said. I mean, the Undead aren't particularly quick, so you haven't got many to have to worry about getting past you.
I say, if they can get the ball sort of close to the line of scrimmage and swamp them, or even if they can get it towards the back and then just absolutely get his ball centaurs charging, you don't know what's going to happen.
Exactly. Do you know, I heard a strange rumour about the coach, Dion WP. It's actually been suggested he may actually be the infamous Double D himself, using a pseudonym.
No, I mean, what are the chances of that happening?
Well, we've got a blitz. Cornwalls have got a blitz on the very first turn.
The bull centaurs will be kicking their hooves in anticipation of this, and it's landed with the white as well. So. Oh,
I think that white's going to be on the ground before they even get to take their first turn.
I think he might be getting a bit of a headbutt in a minute and then stamped on.
Yep.
And the problem is he doesn't want to stay on the ground because, as we testified to, there's Chaos Dwarfs.
Here he comes.
Oh, I need a push.
No, I'm surprised he didn't use a re-roll at that point. I think I would have.
I mean, it is -1 turn, technically speaking, so I think he's probably waiting to go and burn it later on.
Well,
probably when he's trying to do a dodge or something.
He doesn't, yeah. He is. Dion WP is well known for making all of his players dodge. They could have agility 1 and they'd still manage to get out of almost any tackle zones.
And occasionally even get leap. That's why he did it. It's just so he can try and get underneath the ball.
They're playing catch.
The mummy didn't want it. The zombie didn't want it.
Oh, that's actually landed quite nicely though for Bullet Survivor.
It is. Let's see if they can at least put a bit of a block around the ball, and then hopefully one of their ghouls can come and try and pick it up. Well, they've got 3 ghouls now as well, so that's going to help that.
I'm surprised that Insane 5 is going for quite such a tight box at this point, but then I suppose it does mean if the ghoul drops it, there's a fair chance... what's happened there? There's a fair chance it's going to end up in one of the other Undead.
I think they're playing rather safe than sorry, which because of course those Chaos Dwarfs, they're the one large scrimmage name, they're probably going to punch the hell out of them. They still got the mummies to get past.
They do.
And they're not the fastest.
Now, I don't understand why that white was made to dodge from the tackle zone to the tackle zone. That was so risky.
Ooh.
That's
first KO of the game.
Very nice start there for Bullet Survivor.
The thing about those mummies, they're maybe slow as anything, but they do pack a bit of a punch. Even with 2 Chaos Dwarfs and them, still manage to go and knock one of them out.
Right, so what do you think they're going to do to counter this one then?
Knowing Double D, I think he's going to just charge
knock someone down and foul them.
Oh, goal first off, and save by a bit of a reroll.
Yeah, early use of the reroll at that point, but yeah.
You can see the main focus of the attack for the Chaos Dwarfs is trying to take the mummies out, which when they're strength 5 is going to be a bit of a challenge. They do have block, and I don't think those mummies do. So.
To be honest, I've always found when you play Undead, you're almost better ignoring the mummies and focusing on taking everything else out, particularly the ghouls.
Yeah, the Ghouls are the main hassle. I mean, obviously the Whites have got blocked, but the Ghouls are the ones that are more likely to score, and also the fastest. And I say, if you can go and isolate the mummies and tag them up and bog them down, and there's very little they can do.
Well, and of course,
here he goes.
Oh, nice! He's opened it up to get a blitz onto the ball carrier, and he's down.
And he's a pal. Because of course, with the Chaos Dwarfs, they've got tackle as well. They got closer to that goal. Oh, there's another KO.
Both teams have now had a player knocked out, so that's evened it up a little bit. 10 aside.
It's not too bad, is it? It's what I'd like to see. A nice bit of wanton violence, especially early on in the game.
I mean, if you have a match where they're just sort of pansing about, not doing anything, nobody wants that.
Yeah, and now the ball is in a line of scrimmage in between everyone now, so it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be a challenge to pick up, I think,
Yes.
Now, what is Insane 5 doing? I
think
he's
Insane 5
going into defence rather than offence.
Yes. I mean, and again, to be fair, given the season they've had, it's not completely unsurprising. I think it just the shits out of those Chaos Dwarfs and those ball centres. It's put the fear up, I'd say.
But again, that mummy, it should have taken out the dwarf that was next to the ball, not the one on the other side. I think Insane 5's lost a chance there to actually get hold of the ball again.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're basically just sort of... Oh, hello. That's an interesting... It's always good to go and push someone onto the ball and make someone else try and...
How's it going?
It's a bit like the kickoff all over again, isn't it?
Is the mummy going to catch it? No.
I'd love the mummy to have caught it. And of course,
would have been brilliant.
Works out good work for the Chaos Dwarfs.
Yeah, they only have one mummy to clear out the way, and then the ball is free of opposing players.
And even a push in this sort of thing would be... Of course, now the Undead have got their screen up. They would have some cover at least, but it all depends on who's going to pick the ball up. So if it's that ball centaur, then they're going to have to go and work even harder to go and get them down. So.
And the mummy's down.
The mummy... Just one of those little hobs to go and sneak in and pick it up now.
There we go. Sneaky little toad has now got it, but they've got to go and... There's a lot of players back actually, so because Bullet Survivor have really moved into a defensive position, at least they've got the players back there to try and stop them getting the touchdown.
Exactly, although that was an odd... I thought it was a bit of an odd blitz, but...
That's not a bad position to be in for Cornballs.
No, but they have burnt 2 rerolls in their first 2 turns, so... and they... Yeah, it's the same thing where I think about the Undead. I think they've been a bit too defensive.
Yes, I mean, they should be moving in there. They shouldn't be continually running away.
Especially the 2 Whites with block. I mean, their main mission here is obviously to go and smash the hell out of the ball carrier.
Yeah, I mean, they should be positioning themselves right up against them.
I mean, that's the other side of the pitch. It's almost as if they're trying to hide out the corner. As
you said, though, I mean, you can understand it. When you've got a new coach, they don't always know... Oh, crikey, that was risky. Did you see that dodge?
Yeah. The zombies have done a lot of dodging in this team. But again, yeah, I think, especially with any race, it is key to go and try and pick up the skills and the negatives.
Yep.
And I think the Whites are basically the... well, that's what they call the blitzers, really, aren't they?
I mean, let's be honest. An Undead team... Oh, he's fallen!
Oh dear. Sure feet let him down then as well.
Oh, so. And look at that. The Hobgob is now wide open, and he could come and get attacked here. No, why? Oh, one more step.
Because then you can tag them.
And again. Oh, this is killing me.
I mean, that goal should have gone tagged up. The White should have come in for the 2 dice block, and then that Hobgoblin would be on the floor.
Yeah. Oh, it's such a shame.
Another chance kind of gone begging me, because especially the Chaos Dwarfs, the only real sort of player they had with any legs in them is the ball centre, which has been marked by the mummy. So.
Yeah, and they're almost impossible to pick up the ball with anyway if they've got any opposing players nearby.
That's just it's a bit of an odd one. And now that White, because he's been put so far out of the way.
Yeah, it's out of turn for another go.
It's impossible to go and get back in the position and actually do any help.
You know what I would really like to see this match? I would like to see at least 2 dwarves lose their heads, quite literally. If they did that, I think you would find Bullet Survivor would be doing me a massive favour. Oh, and it's a throw and a fumble!
This is the thing about the Chaos Dwarfs, they've got no players with any real... But he's caught it!
He has, even though he's got a I go look right next to him. Well, why didn't he do the block first? Oh, that would be why.
And
That Bull Centaur's not having a good match.
The Undead, as they spread put that white in that ball in the other corner, were completely away from the action. They're just impossible now to go and get back
Again,
into
that white should have moved up against the ball carrier. What is going on?
Make it 2 dice instead of 1, because 2 dice, you got more chance of punching them in the face. Don't take that goals in the start. Oh, another
dodge again by him. Oh
man.
I'm starting to wonder if Double D had put something in the pies that he gave to this team. Sorry, I mean D on WP. You don't say even sound very similar.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Undead, if they watch this match back, they should see that there's so many opportunities to go and put 2 people on the ball carrier.
Yeah, well, only if the effects of the pies are worn off, of course. Otherwise, they just won't notice.
You haven't had any today.
No. I'm not touching those pies.
Even Papa Nurgle himself has sworn off them, so you know you're in trouble if
when they're too dangerous for Nurgle.
Exactly.
Oh dear.
Fence against chaos, I think he called them. So
here we go. So freeing up the ball carrier.
And the Hobgoblin against the white. Because again, the chaos dwarfs are so far back because they were bogged down in lines. It's again, this is the thing about if in the same time managed to go and that's a rubbish handoff.
Oh no, what was that?
That was an attempt at handoff which went very badly because of course they've burnt all their rerolls. I think. Yep, they've got no rerolls left. So.
Yeah.
So
yeah, 3 rerolls doesn't last long, does it?
Especially when you keep burning them on dodges. Please don't dodge that zombie again. Zombie dodges again. I think I might have one of those pies.
Yep. I think the zombies that have been doing these 6 plus dodge they should have bought lottery tickets.
It's the problem because you still want to go spreading out across the pitch, but you need to go and move with the flow. You need to be able to make sure that your whites especially can go and intercept people and not waste turns just stood out on the back line.
You do. I mean,
at least the mummies have got stuck in. To be fair, they don't have block, but
I don't understand what happened there because there was the opportunity there to go after the ball. I think a white that hadn't moved, or did they run out of time?
I don't think it was that. I just wonder if sure feet. These Bull Centaurs, I think they've had some of the pies.
They were the deliverers. They delivered the pies, but they had to try the merchandise on the way.
Oh, hello, the goals.
Hey!
Pick the ball up. We might have a game on now.
How many turns we got? 2 turns. Oh, it's not going to be enough turns, unfortunately, for Bullet Survivor to get a touchdown. But I think they've stopped Cornballs from scoring.
But the problem is, of course, as they were receiving, they've now got to get the ball off them in the second half.
Yes, of course. So yeah, the advantage then switches to Cornballs.
I think it's almost, with a new coach, you kind of see a ball next to an opposition player and you think, oh, am I going to be able to pick it up? And you wonder if you're going to have problems, with that many people around the ball. But I think desperate times call for desperate measures,
Now, have your goblins played both of these teams already?
Yes, I have, and I beat them both.
Nice. I tell you, those goblins are just doing so well. That chainsaw, Christ, that thing scares me.
Although, of course, I'm on to the second chainsaw player now.
Yes.
After the first one
went blank.
I mean, he may have accidentally tried to eat the chainsaw while he was in motion, which, for any viewers at home, is not recommended. If you're a wannabe Bloodbowl player and you think chainsaw's your trait or your way forward, don't try and eat it while it's moving.
No, it's not a good idea.
And do not fall on it either, which is also the problem that you have as well.
It looks like they're going to try and take the ball back. Oh no, they failed.
And of course, with tackle, they're tailor-made to go and take down these dodgy players, but
that's it. I mean,
it's only a push.
This is why I love Blaine's an injury on a skeleton. Yeah.
Half
his head's missing.
Do they have regen? Or is it just stick skull they've got?
No, they do have regeneration. Yes, so he might be okay, but I don't.
Will they come back?
No.
Oh well. Pile of bones can go and get swept up and wipe out next game. So they're determined to take down this mummy. There, you can see they were very keen to go and try and get rid of one of them before the second half begins, and they start their assault.
Yep.
I think it's clear what the intention is here.
Yeah, I think the mummy might be looking for. Oh dear! I think they were hoping to take him down and then foul him. Mate, this is the longest I've ever seen Cornballs play without actually conducting a foul.
I think because they burnt the rerolls early and all their ball centers have kept falling over. Here we go,
again.
another one.
Oh, they're superb.
I think they need to be retuned. They're
something's not right.
No.
Yeah, maybe they got some pie grease on their hoof. That's what it is. When they were delivering the pies, the pie grease went all over the hooves.
So
oh, now that's a shame for Bullet Survivor.
That chalk back is going to not really help their this is to try and get the ball back, but we shall see.
No, so they 11 of the Dwarf team on the pitch against 9 of Bullet Survivor, I believe. This
is going to make it very interesting. By very interesting, I mean it's new pant territory, I think.
I think so, definitely. It looks as though.
If you did that, I actually required it.
I'm just wondering. It looks as though DNWP, or do we call him Double D for now? I don't know. It looks as though he may be trying. Yeah, I think we should for now, until we have conclusive proof. It looks as though he is holding his ball centres back. Oh no, he's moving them forwards. Who's going to be picking up the ball then?
He's relying on a couple of hobs to go and
sort of
go down the pitch. Yeah, I think DNWP's basically gone for. It doesn't matter if it takes us 2 turns to pick up the ball. We're going to kick the poo out of you first.
Oh, it's riot. So it's only 7 turns left as well for him to score now.
I've got the sensation this could be a 0-0.
It could well be at this rate. Especially if he tries to pick up the ball with a bull centaur. Because what do they need? A 4+ when the ball's in the imp?
Yeah, it's not going to be pretty.
No.
But I'm all about watching it, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. He is going to pick up with a ball centaur after him.
He's blitzing and picking up the ball. He's picked up the ball and he's blitzed.
It is absolutely crazy, and I expect nothing less from DNWP. I mean, that's insane.
And he's picked up the ball, done a blitz, and he's knocked out the white. Absolutely superb.
That's a hell of a move.
Yeah.
Now, the only problem is, of course, if the ball centaur tries to go for it, is his sure feet going to hold up?
And who's going to back him up as well? Because there's not many players that can reach him.
He got a couple of ghouls. I mean, the ghouls can move pretty fast, but of course, and also that zombie back there can actually tag them up. But it's all reliant on Insane 5 remembering to go and tag the player up as many times as possible.
I just have to say, what on earth was DNWP doing? He went and blocked with the Strength 3 Dwarf when he had a Strength 4 Dwarf next to him, who's just run across to go and not assist with the other mummy. What is going on?
I think he missed. I think he's already had some dodge for a few turns. So.
Used the wrong character. What's they doing? Mark him up.
He's basically, they've just given him the ball centaur a free run.
We have 3 players there. 2 of them could have gone and marked him up, and the other one could have blocked for 2 dice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a shame.
And they've decided to blitz the non-ball carrying centaur and hope that they can surf it. I mean, that's admirable. That one doesn't have the ball.
No.
If this ball centaur does what he did last turn, blitzes that ball on the sidelines.
All you need to do is a push.
He's done.
Yeah, you can go along the side, push the ball in, and he's off and scored.
It's definitely an unusual tactic.
It is. But, you know, I mean, if those pies are affecting your brain, there's not a lot you can do about it, to be fair.
No, definitely not. I mean, I think the only thing they can do is remember next time not to go and have any of the baked goods.
Here we go. So we've got a push.
Push right away.
Run straight through. Is he going to
trip?
The
pitch. He
tripped! Oh, how many times? For a beast with sure feet, how many times do these things fall over?
I've got to say, for that ball centaur, that was a hell of a move. Go and pick the ball up on a 4+, on a blitz, knock the player over, and then run down the pitch.
Yep, 2-turn touchdown from a bull centaur. Absolutely class, that was. Yeah.
They're in the same 5 did kind of make a ball throwing back. And why they didn't even tag up and try and blitz them and worried about the other ball centaur is it's a little bit on me.
It's a mystery. Well, at least one of their players has woken up, but unfortunately not the white.
No, which is probably more useful. But they do need a score now, so a little bit stretched. So 1 white on the pitch, you probably want to have in the middle to go and see where the ball lands. He's got the speed of the Ghouls, but
yeah, and of course Bullets 5 still has 6 turns to try and score. All they've got to do is slow down the other team and mark them up, and hopefully get a Ghoul out around the side.
Try and make sure none of those Chaos Dwarfs with their attack will get anywhere near the ball carrier.
Absolutely. It's a nice high kick anyway, so that's an opportunity to immediately have the ball in the hands of one of the Ghouls. And here comes one. Let's hope they catch it.
We'll definitely make their life a bit easier. There we go.
Nicely done.
Snaffled out of the air like it was a decapitated head. On decapitated head day.
Oh, you've been to some of their practice sessions? I mean, we know that the Ghouls have a taste for flesh, and if you know, oh no!
Get up!
Don't trip! Oh, that's so unlucky when you have, and not stunned as well. That's a terrible, terrible piece of fortune there for the Bullet Survivor team.
It just kind of sums that game up, I think, really, because now, unfortunately, the Chaos Dwarfs can get around them.
Yeah.
I mean...
Oh, blitzing with a Goblin.
Yeah, there's no Chaos Dwarfs easily available to go and blitz them, unfortunately. Because they were tagged up by the mummy and then one in the middle, just went over the squares.
Yeah, it would have to do a sprint, wouldn't it, to have reached there, and given how these two teams... Are we sure that the weather really is nice and sunny and it's not pouring with rain?
I think it could well be very hot, and this is breaking the respective coaches' brains. I think, really.
Yeah, something strange is going on. That's for sure.
Yeah, but the Undead still have the ball. It's not in the best position because obviously that Chaos Dwarf down the scrimmage is not something I'd want to try and run through.
No, so I mean they're going to have to punch a hole somewhere, and then they're also going to have to bring defenders in to hold on to that ball.
Yes, and now the ball centaurs, they obviously want to go. 2 uphill.
You are so jammy, WP. And a foul! I knew it was happening.
Puts the boot in and the fist.
He cannot play a match without getting his players to foul. I mean, I can understand it with a Goblin team where, you know, the Goblins are much weaker and they kind of, oh no.
That's
and knocked out.
Now, unfortunately, as that was, they haven't done anything else. That's going to leave
immediate
them
turnover, leaving the side wide open for the Chaos Dwarfs to get that ball and run with it.
Because if I say they should have moved that white first, move all the untagged up players, do all your safe moves first.
Yep.
Now you got that white and that zombie is going to the inside.
Important mantra that is for any new coach.
Yeah.
Don't do anything that takes a risk unless you need to.
Exactly. And that Ghoul's in danger against Surf next turn. Chaos Dwarfs again punch the ball out of the way. It's going to create a bit of a pocket.
Yeah.
That's the Hobgoblin. He can snaffle the ball with a bit of luck. No.
Oh, he's fumbled it.
It's not the end of the world for the Dwarfs. Obviously, a touchdown up, and there's very few people around them actually going to get it. But let's just move. Hopefully, that white comes across first. And they've stood the zombie up, but it didn't move him to go and put on the other side of the ball. He's still kept a completely free running lane.
Now, who are you? Have you played the Orcs yet?
No, I've got the Orcs. That's the final game of the season.
Oh, I faced them earlier in this particular round, and honestly, CC's team are just phenomenal. They're really scary.
I've got Batonians next, so I'm not looking forward to playing them. And then I've got the Orcs after, and I'm not looking forward to playing them either. My mantra for this has been I wanted to win one game as a Gobos, which I did first game. Anything after that, I just wanted to go and maim as many as possible.
And you've won more than one though, haven't you?
Yeah, I think it's 2 or 3 now, and a couple of draws.
I think it's one of the most successful Goblin teams I've ever... Oh, here we go. Broken away.
Yeah.
The Hobgoblins on the run.
That's
and
it.
All of the Undead are now marked.
That's how you do it. You go and tag them up. If that white is on the floor, which he
is. Yes, he is, yep.
And the chances of actually stopping this touchdown is slim enough.
Yeah, I mean, the next turn is just going to be run straight back home, and that will be the end of that.
Yeah, and I say with 2 touchdowns in the touchdown basket with 3 turns to go.
The only thing I can see that Bullet Survivor can do, they have those 2 ghouls on the side there. If they can both dodge away, one to mark and one to block. Oh no, one of the ghouls is still standing. Okay, so it could be a 1 dice dodge away with the ghouls.
I mean, it's doable, but all I think is going to happen is the ghoul either fall. But again, you've got to see.
Why?
Oh no!
Why are you using the blitz there? Look, the ball is at this end of the pitch.
The choice of blitzes have been a little interesting.
Yeah, I wonder if that was just a skeleton that was just a little bit too eager and really wanted to leap up and hit something after it fell to the ground and took the blitz away from the team.
He stopped the ball carrier. Which
Keep
is
moving!
Kind of
Yes, at least they're marking the ball carrier.
Kind of the key thing you need to be doing in this game is to take the ball carrier down. And all that hobgoblin now has just got a 1 dodge. I say if they were blitzing with that goal, pushing against a touchdown.
Yeah, it would have been a 2 dice, and it wouldn't have mattered if either had fallen.
Right.
Ooh, just a push. So that hobgoblin is still being marked.
Yeah, but nice simple dodge.
Yeah, there we go, another touchdown.
Yeah, just the choice of blitzing, I think, for so far has been a bit questionable tonight. But you've got to remember to go and tag people up. You want to go and be blocking with 2 dice.
Absolutely.
Whenever you've got blitzes, you want to be making sure you're blitzing the ball carrier if you can, and someone will completely one side of the pitch.
This is it, especially, I mean, against the Cornballs. Yes, you've got some really tough players with the Dwarves, but they're slow. You've got some tough players with the Bull Centaurs.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, they're just tough.
But
you've got the Hobgoblins.
Yep, and they're nothing. Let's be honest.
Without the Hobgoblins, it's very hard for the Cornballs to actually normally pick up the ball. Apart from that, the Centaur, who was phenomenal in the previous drive.
That was a hell of a play, wasn't it? I don't think we'd see too many like that this season.
He might be on for the Golden Boot, I think, actually, for the most successful drive that included an injury of some form. Because I believe they now include knockout, don't they, as a basic injury for the Golden Boot?
Okay. I think in this case that'd be a golden hoof, because
yes, golden horseshoe.
Obviously didn't start.
Oh, the ghoul is passing to the white. Hey, nice job. And I believe. What's he doing? What are you doing, man? No. Oh, now they're going to try and dodge away. No, I suppose the mummy will block and then push that out of the way. So yeah, that's not too bad in the end. Risky. Oh, and we got an injury
as well. At least that's kind of made up for it, to be honest.
I didn't notice what that was. Was that badly hurt, or was that?
It was a badly hurt.
Oh, damn it!
They need to go and put someone up next to the white to get that ball centre, which I think has got a bit of a glint in his eye at the moment. So.
Indeed. You see, I'm hopeful that we'll have at least 1 or 2 that will miss the next game or be permanently maimed, because, as I said, these guys are my opponents next. I don't want to see all of these dwarves on the pitch.
That's feared. Here comes the ball centaur.
Yeah, it's strange. I don't understand the movement of that skeleton. It could have been moved alongside to prevent this happening.
Yeah, so even alongside or just up front to at least make the ball centaur have to go around. But I mean, they had no chance of scoring anyway. So at least they did manage to win some star player points out of it. But
yeah, this final turn, isn't it now for the?
It is for Chaos Dwarf. So I imagine they'll be wanting to go and punch that mummy down and jump on his face, which I think would be the most.
It does look like they're planning something like that.
Yes. It's also say that that they're one-dimensional. They do have 2 dimensions because the second one is dodging.
Yes. Although we haven't seen much evidence of that today from the dwarves. It's been he's tried to pick it up and it's a fumble. I think they forgot what turn it was, though.
Yeah, I just think that Chaos Dwarf didn't have enough help. It was still within 2 dice uphill, I think. So the ghoul is now.
What is he doing?
Ghoul's blitzing a hobgoblin.
Again, take your least risky ones first. Start with the 2 dice blocks from the mummy. Oh, come on! No rerolls left. There's still a chance to go and injure one of these dwarves. Come on, get them on the ground.
Not the ghouls. What are you doing?
No!
Oh.
Well, that was an interesting match.
Yes. Yeah. So, Khorne's easy winners, I think, in the end. And that second touchdown was a joy to behold.
Yeah, 8 armor breaks for the Khorne compared to only 3 for Bullet Survivor. It showed with the injuries.
Yeah, I think as well. Just when you're doing one dices all the time, this is why, you know, especially the zombies aren't there to dodge. They're there to go and sit on your line of scrimmage and to go and take a punishment.
Yep.
Where you can, you move them, don't dodge them. You move them to stand into someone else and get your whites to go and punch that other person in the face.
This is it. Make it a 2 dice block for your whites, or those assists. Make them mark. That's what they're for.
Yeah.
Well, at least the mummy has gained a new skill.
I was going to say, the Ferner Rott's got 7-star player points in that game, so very, very, very tidy.
Yeah.
And Khorne's got some nice little star player points coming as well. So
only a 54% success rate for armor rolls for the Bullet Survivor. That's quite low, considering there was only one player with Mighty Blow.
I think as well, they weren't really going after the Hobgoblins that much. Most of the time, they were going after the more heavily armored Chaos Dwarfs and Bull Centaurs. So.
85% armor success
55% rate. Going for it for the Khorne, which is borne out from
all the short feet. That's shocking, isn't it?
Most of the time, those Bull Centaurs spent on their knees. I mean, I've seen attitudes like that before, but it was in establishments of ill repute, shall I say.
I shan't ask. It's probably
best not to.
Yeah. Well, that was a very one-sided match, I'm afraid to say. I really hope that we will see Bullet Survivor come into their own and start, you know, using some of these tactics together. And it isn't easy though when you've got a team that literally have no brains left.
I mean, to be honest, I think I've seen a couple of the games, and I think what she needs to do, I think something like the Lizards, I think, would be better suited for them. Because you think you got your Strength 4 Saurus.
Yep.
You got very defined positionals. I mean, you could even not take your Crocs. You could just take all your Saurus, take your Skinks. It's very clear. Big guys punch.
Little guys run around.
Exactly, and especially if the big guys punch, it's usually 2 dice.
Yeah.
And then I think there might be a better sort of team for them to go and sort of give a crack in the next season. Or
maybe we should encourage Insane 5 to have a go at some other team coaching in our new ladder that we're starting soon.
I think so. I mean, I think it's basically a playground for people to go and try different rosters and different players.
I mean, there are so many little teams out there that are just desperate for a coach, and it's the opportunity to bring them to the pitch, get them a few killed, and then they'll probably disband.
Exactly, and especially what we should be encouraging is people to play halflings more.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I just love playing against halflings as long as they don't have tree men present.
Well, I personally love playing as halflings for 2 reasons. One is the tree men love going and crush people.
They do.
And also as well, halfling master chef. There was nothing funnier than stealing your opponent's rerolls. Because
it makes it hard, doesn't it?
When they're there, sort of laughing around, thinking, "Hey, I've got 3 rerolls," and the match starts, and you go, "Well, hang on, I've got 0."
Where'd they go?
And then you look at the halflings, and they've got 6. And and that comes in handy when the treeman wants to go and punch you in the face, because of course they don't have loner. So.
No, exactly. So they can re-roll easily. Yes.
Yes.
Anyway, I think that was a good game in some ways, but yeah, well done, Cornballs. Well done, DNWP, and come on, Insane 5, you can do it.
We believe in you.
Absolutely. So yes, right. Well, thank you for joining me today for commentating that match, and good luck with your next match. Did you say it was Pegasus Flyers next?
It's Pegasus Flyers next, which is going to be next week. I've got the lads. I've got the lads down the pitch now.
Sharpen that chainsaw. They've got quite some shiny armour.
And also, I've been saving as much gold as possible for bribes.
Brilliant.
Not to give away the game. Not to give away the game plan, of course.
All right. Well, anyway, that's goodbye from both of us. So, cheerio.
TTFN.